It's time once again to get on the hot seat with Wally George. This is it, the most talked about talk show on television and the most imitated. Join Wally as he grills those liberal loonies and tells you the way it really is. And now, here he is, that hard-hitting award-winning voice of conservatism, patriotism, and controversy. The one and only Wally George.
All right. Now we have this lunatic, Paul Ross. Shut up! We have this lunatic, Paul Ross, on the show. He's running a Casanova school.
Wait a minute. Hold on just a second. Let me tell you something. I am tired of all the intimidation from you, your goons, these knuckleheads. So I brought my bodyguard along to protect me. Come on out here, bodyguard.
Where's your stupid bodyguard?
Sit down here. How you doing, babe? Anthony!
Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on. Hold it. Shh. Hey, wait a minute. What's your body? Hold it down. Hold it down. What's your bodyguard's name?
This is Shannon, and if any of you want to get to me, you're going to have to go through her first.
Hey, Shannon.
She looks like she's a real man.
Hey, Shannon, I think you better be very careful hanging out with him. He may be contagious. What do you think?
We both had our shots.
He's cuter than Wally.
Okay. Now, hold on. Hey, I mean it now, guys. You got to hold it down here, or we're going to have to clear the house. We'll do it without an audience. You got to hold it down. Okay. Now, you are running a Casanova school.
That's right. I help geeks like this who can't get dates.
Hey, talk about that. He had to pay her to come down with it.
This is done out of the gratitude of her loving heart for me.
That's right.
Do you really think a girl like that would be seen in public with a guy like him? Now, in your Casanova school, I understand that you teach men how to be studs.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, obviously you haven't been learning your own lesson. Hey,
wait a minute, Mr. Geritol.
How many of you think? Hey, do you think this guy is a stud?
I don't care what they think. I only care what my bodyguard thinks.
Okay, let's ask her. Hold on. Let's ask her. Let's ask her. What do you think of Paul Ross? Would you consider Paul a stud?
Paul is a stud. Total stud muffin, I'm telling you.
Look at these green-eyed, jealous
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just happened to think of something. Hey, wait a minute. I just happened to think of something. Maybe she's a female impersonator.
It's a pretty damn good. Okay. All right. Well, they wanted it. Give the public what they asked for.
Here's a guy.
Oh, by the way, did we mention my book, How to Get the Women You Desire into Bed? 1-800. 530-051. Here, that's for you. You need help.
Hey, this guy is teaching people how to be a stud. he would have a hard time making out with Roseanne Barr. Now, what's your name again?
Shannon.
All right, Shannon, how in the world are you connected with this geek here?
Don't tell. It's none of your business what we do. If you want pictures, call 1-800-530-00.
Do you actually work for this idiot?
Pardon me?
Okay, so let me ask you again now, and let's hold down the audience. Do you really work for this man? Do you get paid?
I am his bodyguard. For real. I swear.
Well, look at it.
And she knows how to fight.
Hey, look
believe me.
at his body. It needs a lot of guarding. What do you think? Hey, this guy makes Pee Wee Herman look like Sylvester Stallone. I'll be right back. Let me once again talk about this great product, Egg Whites International. 100% pure liquid egg whites, the purest form of protein known to man in the entire world. It is fantastic. It's great for bodybuilding. It's great for weight loss. For more information, call the number on your screen or get on the website. Tell them. I told you those brand new Hyundais at Beach Hyundai are the greatest ever. I'm so impressed with them, I bought one myself. Take a look. Here I am getting ready to drive off the lot. Man, do I love my Beach Hyundai Sonata. Come on in. Ask for the Wally George special. You'll get a special discount and a free autographed copy of my book. Ask for Steve Sanders. He's the owner, my buddy. Welcome back. Now we have Paul Ross and his bodyguard here.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you bet she charges him $100 just to hold her hand?
Hey, now wait a minute.
You know.
Listen, helmet head, don't you insult my friend.
His head looks like a slightly warped. I got
warped what?
Bowling ball. You teach in your class, in your Casanova class. I understand that you say, here, I'm checking your notes here, women don't really mean no when they say no. Do you mean that?
Oftentimes when a woman says no, what she really says is maybe or slow down or I don't want to appear cheap. So what I tell guys is if they make a pass at a woman and she says no, don't give up right away. You know, back off her a little bit and then go for it again.
Well, that may work for every. Hey, hold on. That may work for everybody else, but Paul, I have news for you. When a girl says no to you, she means no.
Doesn't happen. I don't get told no, so it doesn't apply to me.
You know what? I'll bet it.
I'm astonished, though. I wonder if that yellow color in your teeth comes out on camera. It's amazingly rotted away. This man, I'm going to tell you something.
Hey,
this man is the poster boy for testicular atrophy.
Have you ever checked out the warts on your ugly face?
How about the wart on the end of your neck?
Hold on.
Let's not get personal here.
The only time a woman ever said yes to this idiot is when he asked if he could be excused. Now, what do you mean in your school here when you say you should not be nice to a woman? What do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that is, first, you have to establish that you can't be pushed around and that you're the boss.
Oh,
Then,
sure.
wait a minute. Once you've done that, then you can be nice. But if you're nice before you establish that you can't be pushed around, she's going to think that you're a wimp, that you're weak. You will be history, like these geeks out here.
I say that's a bunch of baloney. I think women like to be treated nice. All right.
Fine.
Let me ask your bodyguard over here. Let me ask you, when you're going out with a guy, be honest now, don't say what he told you to say. Do you like a guy to be nice to you, to send you flowers, to buy you candy, to open the door for you, to take you out to nice places? Do you like a guy to be nice to you when he dates you?
Well, of course I do. I'm a lady.
Aha, you see? Your own bodyguard doesn't believe in you.
I didn't say don't be nice. I said first establish that you're strong, that you can't be pushed around and you're the boss.
Wait a minute.
Isn't that
Paul,
true?
How could he ever establish that he's strong?
That's a good question.
This guy.
Wait, it's a good question.
Hey, this guy.
It's a good
Wait
question.
a minute. This guy couldn't break a matchstick in half.
It's a good question. Wait a minute. I'll give you a
Go ahead. So answer the question.
I'm not talking about physical strength. I'm talking about emotional and mental strength, not physical. Physical strength doesn't count for beans.
So what about spending money on a woman? You say that's not necessary.
Never spend money on a woman till after you're sleeping with her.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold it. Once again, let's go. Wait a minute. Once again, let's go to the bodyguard. Okay. Let me ask you. Okay. What's her name again?
Shannon.
Shannon.
Can't you remember?
Shannon.
Take your Geritol, your memory will come
Shut
back.
up, moron. Shannon, you heard what he said now. Now, answer me honestly. He says, never spend money on a woman until after you have gone to bed with her. Would you go along with that, Shannon? Would you go along with that? Would you go to bed with a man who would never spend a nickel on you?
No.
Honestly.
I can't comment. Why don't you ask one of the ladies?
No, you. Oh, she's copping out. You know why?
It's not her job. It's not her job to talk. It's my job to talk. It's her job to protect me.
She's just a.
Stop asking her questions.
She's just afraid that he won't write her the check after she leaves here.
There's no money. Shannon, wait a minute. Shannon,
How many?
paying you even a penny to be down here?
How many of you? Hey, anybody in this audience think that you should not spend any money on a girl before you go to bed with her? No. All right, let's go to the audience. Okay, let's go to the audience. Come on up here. Come on. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, as general manager of the Orange Coast Dolphins, we're always looking for some studs for the team. Why don't you come out to Ponderosa Park and we'll see what you got out there.
No, I don't play.
Wait a minute. Let me say this.
I don't play with pigskin. That's not coach.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me tell you this. His girlfriend bodyguard will make a much better candidate.
Well, we can always use the tight end.
Next. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Scott Wynn from Huntington Beach.
Yes.
You have a question for the undersized, anemic Brillo pad there. Yeah, you, buddy.
Who are you referring to?
Wait, you, Barney.
Where?
How could a guy like you even conceive that you could attract females whatsoever? There's no way, pal.
The only thing. Hey, wait a minute. I've been observing.
Let me tell you something, geek. I attract females like flies to dead meat on a hot summer's day.
That's good, man.
Hey, the only thing thing he does attract is flies. You're out of here.
You love Corvettes like I do? I wish you'd hurry on over and say hi to my pal Chuck over at Coast Corvette. He has new and used Corvettes over there, sales and service. So get over there. When it comes to Corvettes, it's Coast Corvette. And you just say to my friend Chuck, Wally George sent me over here. And you get a free autographed copy of my book.
Now it's time for our next victim on hold it, everybody. It's time for our next victim on the hot seat. David, if you will.
Next up, we have our resident intellectual, if you will.
Intellectual, oh boy.
Alan Dellison, who tonight is, let's see, is he attacking or defending? He's
challenging Reagan.
Challenging the Reagan's handling of the
Now, Alan, once again, you're on the wrong side, hurting America with your stupid thinking. You are joining the liberal bleeding hearts who are trying to hurt this country and destroy the President of the United States by attacking him when he did a bold and courageous thing in Iran. You know darn well what he did in Iran was in the best interests of the United States of America.
For 6 years, the same president who said that he did that in the best interests of America said that the best interests of America were well served when we did not negotiate with terrorists. He violated that basic tenet that he came into office on. He said, no more will we ever deal with terrorists. We will promise swift and effective retribution.
Wait a minute. Hold on, pal. He did not. Wait. Just a minute. He did not deal with terrorists. He's dealing with the moderates in Iran who are trying to take over from the Ayatollah Khomeini.
The moderates in Iran, who do you think runs the country in Iran? Do you think the moderates in Iran run the country, or do you think the Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini still run the country? Of course the Ayatollah still runs the country. Reagan said, look, we need our hostages released. I'm being beaten by the press here because I'm not doing anything to get these hostages released.
How do you know what Reagan? How do you know he said that? Reagan said. How do you know what Reagan said? Were you sitting in the White House when he said that?
I'm not sitting in the White House,
but
it is.
How do you know what he said?
But he himself has admitted. He himself has admitted that he negotiated and he approved the release of arms by this country to the country of Iran, and he also approved of the country of Israel sending arms shipments to Iran.
He promised that he would never deal with terrorists. Now, he did not deal with them.
What do you call sending weapons to Iran, saying that we want our hostages released? 3 hostages have been released, but in the same time, 3 more hostages have been released. The net result is that we still have the same amount of Americans that are being held hostage, and Iran has a plane load full of weapons so they can continue on their war with Iraq.
This is what he did. He did not deal with Iran terrorists. First of all, Iran was not responsible for the taking of those hostages.
Those hostages were kidnapped by an organization known as the Islamic Jihad, which is pro-Iranian. They have supported the Iranians in their war with Iraq, and they supported the Iranians when they kidnapped 52 American hostages.
What I'm trying to tell you is
even your audience is against you on this one. That proves it. Even your audience is against.
Wait a minute.
You're just sitting alone there with President Reagan. Nobody else agrees with you.
Let me ask you. He said the audience doesn't agree. Do you believe that Ronald Reagan is the best president we ever had? Okay, there you are. There you are. You know what you're talking about. Now listen.
these same types of people also agreed that in an LA Times poll, 79% of the people believed that President Reagan was lying.
Oh,
he
yes?
was lying.
Hold
79% of people felt he was lying.
In that same poll, Dollison, dimwit, in that very same poll, it showed 58% of the people in this country agree with the way President Reagan is doing his job in office. How do you answer that?
Listen, Minnie Ditt, those same people. See, you know you're losing. See, you know you're losing this argument, so your only out is to kick me off.
You don't insult me on my own program. I'll throw your butt out of here.
You just insulted me on your own program, so I have
the right to insult my guest. It's my program, right?
It's my privilege.
Hold on. Let me tell you something. What the president tried to explain, but liberal lunatics like you don't want to listen.
Is Bruce liberal lunatics? Is Bruce Hershenson a liberal lunatic?
Bruce Hershenson, I'm ashamed of him, of the things that he said, and he's a friend of mine.
What about Gerald Ford? What about George Shultz? What about Caspar Weinberger? What about Bob Dole? Are those liberal lunatics? They're conservative Republicans, and even they don't back the president on this.
Let me answer you. What the president of the United States has done may not always be the most popular. Reagan didn't have to do this, but he did what was right for the United States of America.
Right.
Hold on. Ford and Carter criticized Ronald Reagan for negotiating with the terrorists in Iran. How hypocritical can you get? Hold on. It has now, hold on, you don't may not know this. It has now been revealed Ford and Carter criticized Reagan for opening a dialogue for dealing with Iran, and now we find out in their presidencies, in their own presidencies, in the Carter presidency, in the Ford presidency, they also secretly were trying to open a dialogue with Iran.
Whatever it is you want or need, start the new year right. If you want a big screen TV or whatever you need, furniture, whatever, rent to own at Color Time. That's right, you can rent to own, and the money you pay down on the rent applies to purchasing it in the future. Come into Color Time Rent to Own, give them a call, and get all the information. It really is terrific, folks. Thank you very much for joining us once again. Remember, we're here every night, Monday through Saturday at 12:30. Be sure to tell your friends. Wally George here, and I leave you with our blessing. And now, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. In your rising up and your lying down, in your labor and in your leisure, in your laughter and in your tears, until that one day you come to stand before Jesus, when there is no sunset and no dawning, just everlasting life forever and ever. Amen. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.